Did you know there's a multiverse where J.K. Rowling did not write Harry Potter? And also, J.R.R. Tolkien didn't write Lord of the Rings. There's also a multiverse where the director of Barbie is creating a Narnia series. Oh, that's in our universe? Shit! Hey guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to my video talking about the multiverse and how sick of it I am. Who else is sick of it? Show of hands. Yes, I know it's been all the talk of the multiverses with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and other like Disney stories. For Christ's sakes, even now books and video games are doing like multiverse stories. I'll get to that in a sec, but I am sick and tired of multiverse stories. I really just can't stand it now. There's just so many reasons why. I'm going to talk about those reasons in this video, but I'm just tired of it. I'm sick of it. It's lazy. It's annoying, and it's just an excuse to have the fanboys go. This was the downfall of the MCU, really, because Endgame was a good movie, good ending, and then they just didn't know what else to do, so they're like, let's just bring in a bunch of multiverse bullshit. So it creates just no stakes, and just it creates no tension and stuff. Like, for Christ's sakes, they made a whole Loki television show, even though he died in Infinity War. So again, his death meant nothing in Infinity War, but everyone's like, well, actually, that wasn't the real Loki. I'm like, it's still Loki, though. Like, if we, the audience, is still seeing him in other stuff, his death means nothing. There's no emotionality. Now, when we watch Infinity War, it's no longer impactful. And now, even what they're doing with Doctor Doom, with Robert Downey Jr., because you gotta make money, right? Because they know people are not giving a shit about the Marvel movies now, so they need the big name that made the Marvel films huge. Robert Downey Jr. And that's all it is. And I don't know what kind of multiverse bullshit they're gonna make up to give us a reason why he is Doctor Doom. But they'll think of something. They'll pull something out of their ass. All they care about is the money, baby. And that's it. And I hate it. It's just bullshit storytelling. And I know, everyone, you're going to get those people. Actually, it's in the comic books. But then I'm like, actually, I don't give a fuck. Just because something is in the comic books doesn't mean it translates good to film and television. It's just like some films don't work in book form. There are some books that don't work in film form. There's some video games that don't work as movies. There's some movies that don't work as video games. Not everything needs to be adapted into all platforms. Some things are just good enough where they are, or where they started, where they originated from. So, yeah, multiverse stories don't really translate well to a visual aid. More maybe in a reading, like in a comic book, because comic books are strange and weird, and there's so many of them, and they've been existing for 100 years, makes more sense. But in film, as we've seen in these films and shows, they don't really translate very well. And people are kind of getting sick of it, and it's just not enjoyable. It's just there to create the awe about it. I know a lot of people like the show Loki. I never liked it. I never liked the show. I couldn't get into it. It was just like, there was like zero stakes. Because like in Loki, like they go to this like center which controls all the multiverses, and like you got like Thanos Infinity Gauntlets, which is like the most powerful sources, and it's just like something hitting in a desk. Everything that was big and grand that made everything so tension filled means nothing. Absolutely nothing. We even get to meet Kang the Conqueror, who's like one of the most intimidating villains in the comic books. He's just some guy, some dopey guy. It's just like there is no tension. And again, there's like multiple versions of yourself. So when you die it means nothing. Because we'll just grab another one of you. Because I'm sure there's a version of you that's the exact same. And it just doesn't work. And it's not interesting. And I know some people like it because they'll just suck up the teat that anything Disney shits out. But I, for one, can't stand that shit. And I know, like, Spider-Man No Way Home did it, and that was just like a love letter to Spider-Man. And it wasn't bad. It really wasn't. It did the multiverse thing pretty well, because at least there was some stakes to it. Like, characters die, and even Peter has to sacrifice something. There are repercussions of what he does when he opens the multiverse. There are actual genuine tension. There are things, though, that kind of underline a little bit of, like, the Maguire movies, because they're already dead, but, like, you know. But it wasn't detrimental to the stories. And it still worked for what it was. And it was enjoyable, and it just didn't feel manipulative. Even though it was just fan service, the movie, it didn't feel manipulative or derivative. And we even had a multiverse movie making fun of multiverse movies, which did feel manipulative. It's not enjoyable. It's to me, I will always say, a multiverse is lazy storytelling. It's just cop out, and it's just an excuse for writers to create a Deus Ex Machina, a quick fix. That's it. And we're even seeing it now with video games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like, I love Final Fantasy VII. I love the story of Final Fantasy VII. And the remake hinted that they were going to change the story. And I was maybe okay with it, depending on how they did. I still enjoyed remake, Final Fantasy VII Remake, a lot, because it was still the story, it was still the Midgar story, and it wasn't changing too much. It was actually adding more things that weren't in the original game. Getting to know Jesse and Biggs and Wedge, the Avalanche and stuff. And when their deaths happen, it's actually meaningful, and you feel emotional. All that's pretty cool. And then they did Crisis Core and didn't change the story at all, which is awesome. Then Rebirth came out. And first half of the game, I was loving it because it's the story. It's the story we know and we love. And then they just changed things. And I was getting scared. I was like, what are you doing? And Rebirth's been out, so I'm about to spoil Rebirth. So, just saying. But it's been out for a while, so I think you all should know. Again, Final Fantasy VII is my favorite video game of all time. But when you're jeopardizing with the lore and the story of Final Fantasy VII is one of the great video game stories. And when you're going to just change it, and not even just like make little changes, but really change it and put a multiverse in it, you're going to confuse people and also piss people off. Like, the death of Zack and Aerith are one of the most key moments in the Final Fantasy VII story. They're also one of the most iconic deaths in all video games. Like, Aerith dying was like the big thing in all video games, that like a big main character can die in a video game. And it just wrecked people. Even people who've never played Final Fantasy VII know Aerith's death and how much it means to that story. And it just brought this whole thing to video games and stories within video games. And the fact that they're too chicken shit to just go all out with the death is bullshit. Is absolute bullshit. And Rebirth is just cowardly, just saying, like, she's dead, but maybe not dead. And even Zack, he's dead, but in another universe, he's not. And he's kind of communicating with Cloud. And Aerith is dead, but she's still alive in another... I'm like, just stop it. Just stop it right fucking now. I don't know what you're trying to do, but you're pissing me off. Aerith knows how the story's all gonna end. She knows what Sephiroth is planning, and Sephiroth doesn't know what he's planning, and now Sephiroth doesn't even just want to take control of the planet, but he wants to take control of the multi-universes, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It takes away motivations now of characters. It's taking away everything. It's undoing the entire importance of Final Fantasy VII, all because You saw Marvel do it, and you're like, you know what'd be cool? Final Fantasy VII, put a fucking multiverse in it. And you know what the fans said? We don't like that. Rebirth sold so much less than Remake, because people were already upset with Remake because it dragged the story and it changed a couple things, and how it ended, people were predicting they were going to change the story, and they're like, I don't want to do that. No fucking way. But people still bought it because they still love the series. And that's why I got Rebirth. And boy, did they change some shit. Like, they even changed just like little things, because the multiverse, it changed, because Eric said what they did in Remake, because they fought Sephiroth already in Remake, it changed the whole outcome of the stories. So even like dying, his death is different, and just like Cloud's now having more feelings for Aerith than Tifa, and all this bullshit. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, what is going on here? And it was really disappointing, and it was just, I know a lot of people want multiverse stories because it shows like alternate additions and like, you know, cool what ifs. And what ifs are fine. What ifs are interesting. What ifs are fun to talk about. But sometimes what ifs can destroy an impactful story that already exists. Like, if a story is good and it's really good, we don't need a what if. This is good enough. Like, I don't want a what if of The Godfather, and like, what if Vito, the Don Corleone, maybe, what if he didn't die? Or what if Michael didn't run away to Italy? What if Sonny didn't die? I don't want to know those what ifs. Those are stupid. Like, just like, then that's all multiverses are. What ifs. And I don't, it's just, they're fun conversations. It's kind of like fan service and kind of like, you know, fan-made stuff. Fan-mades are fun. They're cool to watch, cool to look at, but doesn't mean they have to be canon, and it doesn't mean you have to use them, because you're getting just a little out of hand. And because of Marvel and what Final Fantasy VII is doing, it is literally taking the piss out of good storytelling now. And I'm just really sad. And this is all because of the fucking multiverse. I think you can make a good multiverse story. The best example is Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty I don't like now, but the first 3 seasons of Rick and Morty. The reason I like the multiverse story of Rick and Morty is because they know nothing matters. Like, the way Rick acts in the show, he doesn't give a rat's ass because he knows nothing means anything. And because he knows all possible outcomes, and he knows he can find a quick fix. There's even an episode in season 1 where both Rick and Morty die, and another reality Rick and Morty take their place. And they make a joke of it because it's basically making fun of the multiverse story, but also the character of Rick has no emotional attachment to anything because he knows nothing means anything. Everything's pointless, because when you have a multiverse story, every choice you make means nothing, because you can just go to another reality and make a different choice. And Rick and Morty talk about that, and that's what they do. That's what makes it funny, and that's what makes it work. But when these shows and video games and movies take it very seriously, you act as the audience of like, why does it matter? Like, that guy's dead, so he'll probably be back. Like, they can go to another realm and get him back. So what? Like, they even did it in like Star Wars and stuff. Like, it's ridiculous, and I'm sick of it. And I really hope this idea goes away and doesn't come back. My opinion. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions of multiverse stories. Do you like them? Do you enjoy them? And if you do, give me examples of how you think they work. Give me some books, comic books, movies. What do you think utilizes the story of multiverses in good, clever ways? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and join the dark side.